Sorry.
K-pop is short for Korean pop, and it became very popular with Psy's hit Gangnam Style. Nearly 4 billion YouTube views later, the music and the madness has become a global phenomenon.
Oppan Gangnam Style.
That man is the love of my goddamn life.
K-pop bands are stunning, charismatic, and they dance with wild abandon in perfect synchronicity. K-pop is taking over the world, one teenager at a time.
They just kind of came out of nowhere and captured our hearts. They love all of us unconditionally.
But the road to K-pop success is often anything but glamorous.
About $1 or $2 a day.
Here in South Korea, K-pop wannabes are sometimes housed in military-like star-making facilities, where the conditions can be oppressive. The performers sign away their lives and even change their faces for a chance to be one of the chosen few.
You make them look cuter, more energetic, more youthful.
They tell you what songs to sing, what you should look like, what your next concept is going to be. If the company thinks your nose needs to be smaller or bigger, you pretty much have to just let them do what they want to do to it.
That hasn't deterred hundreds of talented kids here in Australia who are prepared to give up plenty to pursue their K-pop dream.
No cell phones, no seeing family often, no having relationships, stuff like that.
Every single morning, we get up at 5 a.m. First meal is lunch, and then singing, rap, acting. We don't always get dinner.
Now, one idol who spent years in the system
We eat together, sleep together, shower together. If one person does something wrong, we'd all get punished.
lifts the lid on a story this mega billion-dollar industry doesn't want told.
K-pop training is like army training. We're not holding guns, we're just holding microphones.
This is one of Korea's newest supergroups, Stray Kids. Like most K-pop stars, their videos are highly produced, special effects-driven performances. But Stray Kids has something different in the mix. Two of its biggest stars were born a long way from Korea.
Wow.
Hi.
Here they are.
Hello. Hello.
The boys, come on in.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Very, very nice to meet you.
Pleasure, pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Listen to those thick Australian accents that you've still got.
Bye.
Have a seat, gentlemen, please.
Thank you.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? Wow from me.
No, I'm glad that you guys came.
Channel 7.
Come on. You walk out on stage to tens of thousands of adoring fans. You're not nervous walking into an interview with me. I'm sitting here with K-pop royalty.
Oh, no, say royalty.
Well, they are royalty. Just ask these fans.
Hello, we are Stray Kids.
This is a K-pop convention in Los Angeles.
Stray Kids.
And because Bang Chan and Lee Felix were born in Western Sydney, they're among the most unlikely K-pop superstars ever.
The steamrolling, unstoppable thing that is K-pop right now around the world. Why is it captivating people and why is it so successful, do you think?
I think it's actually kind of like a gateway. For us, it's like a gateway.
Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8. Na 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 na.
Through K-pop, we can reach out to people who, you know, might be having a hard time, who might feel lonely, who might feel a bit depressed, but especially we really want to reach out to those people. the fact that, you know, people listen to our music and really gain strength from it, we feel like, you know, to whoever's listening to K-pop, I want to personify it as just a friend, you know, where you can rely on your friend, you can lean on your friend, you can gain strength from your friend. You know, for us, I think K-pop is like, yeah, something.
The answer.
Parramatta Road.
Yeah, Parramatta Road. M4 always went through there.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to know what it's like as a couple of Aussies, grew up in Western Sydney, what it's like adjusting to life here in Korea. What are the differences you notice?
Well, it's an adventure, firstly.
Yeah,
just
it's
coming
a
here.
big adventure.
It's very new, and I've learned a lot of things, including the language, the culture, the food.
What have we got in here? A bit of everything. A bit of a medley.
Yeah, just chuck it in.
And the boys are eager to showcase Korea's twist on the Aussie barbecue.
That is well and truly on fire, like the Stray Kids at their latest concert. See what I did there?
Felix is 19 years old and what you could call an overnight K-pop success story. He left Sydney's working-class suburb of Seven Hills for Korea when he was 17, unable to even speak the language.
Why K-pop?
K-pop, well, for me, when I was at a young age, I had listened to a lot of music, and my mum introduced me to K-pop. From there on, I guess, you know, why not take a different road and, you know, take this chance to, you know, take a K-pop life, you know.
So you arrived in the country not being able to speak any Korean?
I knew a bit of the basics, just to say hello, how are you, I'm good, you know, thank you.
Felix adapted quickly and auditioned to join Stray Kids. The story of the band's journey became a hit TV reality show. Chan, who was also on the show, began chasing his K-pop dream much earlier. When he was 13, he auditioned for a Korean record company.
I fell right through the cracks. Now I'm trying to get back.
And was chosen for a coveted K-pop traineeship. With the blessing of his family, Chan moved to Korea, where he lived in a dormitory with hundreds of other hopefuls.
So I lived with other trainees who came from foreign countries or, you know, somewhere far from Korea. We would live in a dorm, and from there, which would be practice, sleep, eat, practice, sleep, yeah.
Chan endured that regime for 7 years before also being chosen to join the Stray Kids TV show. During those years, he rarely saw his family.
There's no luck in this industry, is it? It's hard work.
It's pretty hard work,
It's hard
yeah.
work.
There needs to be a lot of determination, really, yeah.
제일 오래된 사람은 저고요. 이번 년이 제 7년째 연습생 생활을 하고 있습니다.
Because I came to Korea at such a young age, without family as well, there were a lot of times where I felt, you know, I just wanted to give up. There were times where I thought, you know, is this the right thing to do? You know, should I just do something else? You know, what is the point?
Chan stuck with it and it paid off. He's the official leader of Stray Kids. And Felix, who was still working on his Korean, became the lead rapper.
It's only been like a year and a half since we've actually debuted.
You know, what is it, 6 or 8 EPs, you know, millions of followers. You've got fans all over the world. You've been playing concerts all over. I think that's success, but I might be wrong.
I will say we're getting there.
We're on our way.
We're on
You're
our
on
way.
your way.
We're on our way.
But to get to here, there was one other strange skill Felix and Chan also had to master, something the Koreans call 애교.
마라고 해도 되나? 내 꼴.
It means cute, and it's a look and sound every K-pop star has to have.
말고 오늘부터 내 거.
Aegyo is is an act of where you know, show your very cute sides.
Or very happy sides. So, yeah.
Can you explain, Felix?
Described as an adorable cutie pie off stage.
Oh. Can we see that, Felix? I'll give you a count of 3. All right, you ready? All right, 1, 2, 3.
I stay.
Well, I mean,
We'll do it together to the camera, all right? You ready?
what do you want to say? I stay.
We'll say thank you, Stay.
Thank you, Stay.
All right, I want to count you. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you, Stay.
And that cuteness translates into infatuation across the world.
Hello.
At a coffee shop in Seoul, tourists spot the stray kids.
Oh, dear. What have we got here?
Where are you going to go?
London.
Yeah.
Spain, Germany,
Wow. Philippines.
Philippines.
Thank you for existing.
Thank you so much.
Bye. See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Up and down.
Back in Melbourne, just the mention of their names guarantees a near hysterical response.
Now stop.
Now I'm going in a couple of days to meet stray kids. How do you feel? Look at that. Oh, if you had a chance to get a message to those 2 Australians, what is it that you think they'd do? Look at this. You're almost like losing control of your limbs when I mention these guys.
Okay, well, you're talented, and the way that you've built yourself from Australia is so inspiring, and thank you for representing Aussies in Korea.
Then 1, 2, 3, and...
All of the dancers here are hoping to follow in the footsteps of Felix and Chan, but just a handful will have the chance to try out for a coveted traineeship in Seoul.
Man, good job.
What they're doing is they're selecting the best in the group, the ones that they think probably show the most promise as potential K-pop stars. And if you have a little pan around to the room, you'll just see just how frightened, just how important it is to these kids that they're chosen.
So, first person, Jade.
Jade and Timothy make it through the audition. They already know that to be a K-pop star, they'll require far more than learning to dance and sing.
Not being able to having free time or do what you want, no cell phones, no seeing family often, no having relationships, stuff like that would be hard for me.
But as you're about to see, they are not the only sacrifices they'll need to make. Korea's entertainment juggernaut, K-pop, is conquering the world. These dancers may look slick, but they're not K-pop artists. They're ardent fans, copying their idols. This music generates extraordinary passion. In a Sydney hotel room, 4 friends are getting ready for their favourite K-pop group, a Korean boy band called ATEEZ.
I'm so scared of that because Hongjin already knows that I love him. Like, from the airport, the fan sign, and the concert, he knows. Like,
that boy.
That man is the love of my goddamn life.
Literally me at Songha.
Like, he is just everywhere.
Every spare penny goes into tickets, makeup, and K-pop paraphernalia.
I have way too many airport photos. This is a mess.
They are giddy with excitement and determined to look their best for their heartthrobs.
Make the top half of that one slightly darker, and they'll match.
But their commitment goes much further than just dressing up. They're about to join the hundreds of other fans camping out for front row seats.
We've been camping out since Sunday. We were in the Melbourne show as well. So we got and camped out from Melbourne since Sunday, and then we flew out and camped out again last night for Sydney show.
Fans take the edge off a chilly winter's day with K-pop choreography. With the ATEEZ boys soon to take the stage, excitement is building. And I get what the fans crave, a chance to meet the boys backstage.
Wow, that's dramatic. I'm impressed already.
And a lesson in that famous K-pop sultry look.
Now, one of the moves I really like, which I'm hoping you can teach me, is what I will call the dramatic head raise.
Oh, yeah.
So can you teach me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, let's get together. So. Yeah.
Yes.
You need expression too.
It's a bit sexy. What is it?
Little sexy.
Okay.
And little charisma.
What if you don't have any sexiness or charisma, like me? What do you do then?
No, you have. So you are 18. Oh!
Happy? Some of this screaming is guttural. It's like their life is on the line. It's extraordinary.
The way they're dressed, the colour of their hair, you know, the way the groups interact with each other, everything is the part of the package. And I think that's what is so appealing to so many people.
You have done it, dame-eeem. You are incredible.
Dame-eeem knows exactly how these young fans feel. As a teenager, she became obsessed with a K-pop singer, Bao, and it inspired her to pursue a career in music.
Instantly, I was just like, in awe. You know, it was like my first crush on somebody or something.
Really?
Yeah, it felt like love.
Dami's career didn't go the K-pop route, but she has close friends in the Korean music industry and has even visited the K-pop boot camps where stars are born.
There's thousands and thousands of young people wanting to become K-pop stars, so they can pick any of these people who come to the auditions to fit these parts. And yeah, essentially they are created by this mastermind behind these groups. These huge companies are creating these mega groups.
Yes, what a treat. Brilliant.
They, you know, tell you what songs to sing, what you should look like, what your next concept is going to be, you know, whether you're going to be the sexy one or the cute one. You know, it's the company that decides that.
Very few insiders are willing to open up about the controversial flip side of the K-pop phenomenon.
So I wouldn't dare to say this 3 years ago.
But one of the first Australians recruited into the industry is willing to tell all. Henry Prince Mac has now left the business and is an actor.
动摇，我是1队，是否收到？
Growing up in Australia, Henry struggled to get work as a singer and dancer and moved to Asia. He auditioned and won a spot in a K-pop training centre in Seoul.
I was born and raised in Australia. Now I grew up speaking English, so the contract's all in Chinese. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He's like, sign here.
So you signed on the spot?
Yeah, on the spot.
He'd signed up for what can only be described as an extreme boot camp filled with hundreds of other wannabes. Henry shared a 2-room apartment with 6 other trainees.
We live in one dorm. There's no time for 7 guys, one at a time, to have a shower. So we all just go in at the same time and just shower and then sleep because you can't wait after a long day. You're all sweaty. There's only one toilet.
Wow.
Always fighting for the toilet. You know, you can't go to the toilet 7 guys at a time, you know. But like, you know, shower, it's just like, yeah, we don't even care anymore. We're so tired.
The glamorous life of a pop star.
Yeah.
Every day began with a training run.
When I came here, I knew K-pop was hard. Everybody knew K-pop was hard. But I didn't know it was that insane. Like, the first day I arrived, they started kicking my door at 5 a.m. and they wanted me to run at the Hangang River.
So this is the track you'd run every morning?
Yep, that's right. 5:30 a.m. every morning. Sunshine, rain, or even snow.
Snow? That's a bit much. How far would you run?
Roughly about 9 kilometres on a good day.
A good day? What's a bad day?
if we get in trouble, if we do something wrong, then about 60 kilometers.
Punishments were regularly handed out to the trainees for breaking strict rules.
Contractually, it was prohibited to have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or any relationship. Would the members find ways around that?
They definitely try to. But like, if they get caught, it's not like the company's gonna say you're fired. They just punish you. They'll find you have a girlfriend, okay, then break up. You break up and then, you know, do your 60 kilometers, and then the next day just everything's normal again.
Normal was getting up before sunrise and finishing any time after midnight, often missing meals.
In reality, that picture you're painting is quite horrific. You're saying breakfast you wouldn't get.
Yeah, we didn't get breakfast.
You'd be going from virtually 5 a.m. to 1 or 2 a.m. right through the day, and dinner was sometimes optional too.
Yeah,
When you're working that hard, that's beyond belief.
So I lost so much weight. I think 99% of K-pop idols are probably underweight, I'd say. They push you really hard.
And the pressure continued onto the stage. Henry was forced to perform with a broken foot.
How soon after breaking your foot were you dancing?
The next day. I did every single show that was on schedule, not a day off.
Was that painful?
Oh yeah, it was painful. It was painful. But like, I think there is probably worse than me in the K-pop industry.
Some K-pop stars are pushed so hard they will literally faint from exhaustion, and often for little reward.
You make money, but it's not enough money for you to live. Yeah, I probably calculated about $1 or $2 a day. I'd say like K-pop training is like army training. We're not holding guns, we're just holding microphones.
Well, if you're serious about K-pop stardom, then of course you are serious about the K-pop look. In just this neighbourhood alone, Gangnam, there are 3,000 plastic surgery clinics to choose from. And whether it is a new nose or a brand new set of peepers, you can be in and out in under 2 hours.
In Korea, cosmetic work is commonplace, but if you aspire to be an idol, the pressure to look perfect is even greater.
The company thinks your nose needs to be smaller or bigger, your eyes need to change shape, plastic surgery, then you pretty much have to just let them do what they want to do to it.
This plastic surgeon has helped plenty of hopefuls achieve that coveted K-pop look.
What are the sorts of things that wannabe K-pop stars would ordinarily have done in order to achieve the K-pop look?
In this industry, there are so many entertainment companies which are helping people to get ready for becoming a K-pop star. And having these surgeries are one of their, kind of culture, became a culture to make them more cuter and more energetic, more and more prettier.
And chasing the elusive dream means perfection in everything. It's 9 at night, and these youngsters are learning to sing in English because the future of K-pop is the world stage. Competition for K-pop traineeships is fierce. All over Seoul, hundreds of after-school academies prepare the next generation for their auditions.
Of the millions of kids who lust after K-pop stardom, only a minuscule number will get anywhere near even touching fame. Each year, hundreds of groups debut, and only a handful are picked up to begin that grueling road to success. So the question is, in all of this, how do you stand out from the crowd?
Well, one way is to literally take it to the streets. Any time of day or night, K-pop kids are strutting their stuff. These girls are at the bottom of the ladder but are already generating a buzz. Drawing a crowd of photographers and fans, the street show is instantly uploaded online.
Now it's global world, so the social media can spread to the other countries, America, Australia, India, China.
And that's the secret weapon which has spread K-pop so far and so fast. They all know it's a tough road ahead, but for the few who make it to the top, the sacrifices seem to have paid off.
Well, as the saying goes, if there's an up, there's always a down. And, I think it might have been a bit hard. It might have been a bit
times
tiring.
where we, feel exhausted and it's not always perfect. It doesn't go always the way we want it. There's no way of going, around it. You have to go through it in order to reach it. So
it's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.